This is Eagle Owl, and today we're going to talk about day one of training camp. Sidney Brown, Jihaad Campbell balling out. Also, got to talk about Jalyx Hunt. Is he a star in this league? And Terrence Marshall Jr., he's making it uncomfortable for the wide receiver 4, wide receiver 5 spot. But let's get straight into it. Like I said, I'm going to try to collect as much camp notes as possible. All right, so we're going to first start with the injury report. So if you've seen the earlier press conference, it was already announced that Kobe Dean will be on the POP list, but it was another guy or a couple other guys that were hurt. Jalen Carter, we know he dealt with some towards the end of OTAs. Looked like he's still dealing with some. So he sat out. Kenyon Green dealing with a knee injury. Jihaad Campbell had the shoulder, but he did a lot of things, to be honest. Jihaad Campbell, I know he's listed as limited, but he did some team drills. Cam Jurgens still dealing with the back, but pretty much everybody else was ready to go. So let's start with the offensive side, and the guy we was worried about who is starting, and so far it's Tyler Steen. So Tyler Steen is at right guard, his spot to lose. I got high hopes for Tyler Steen. It's the same thing going into last year, right? Like Tyler Steen can win that spot, but if he give Mekhi Becton a shot, Mekhi Becton not going to let go of that spot. I feel the same way about Matt Pryor. If he give Matt Pryor a shot, I don't think Tyler Steen win that spot back. So what I'm saying is Tyler Steen, that's his spot to lose. So let's see if he can hold it down. So first team defense, they went with Trotter Jr., Bond, Sidney Brown, Reed Blankenship, Kelee Ringo, Quinyon Mitchell. And then in the base defense, they had Cooper DeJean at safety and Reed Blankenship. And that's interesting because, you know, a lot of people were speculating, like, maybe when we go into base, Kelee Ringo will sub out and you'll move Cooper DeJean there. I think this is just a way, and Vic Fangio talked about it, you want to keep your best players on the field. Yes, we know Cooper DeJean is a corner, he's a slot, but when we go into them base, you know, we go into that like 10% of the time. We want to keep Cooper DeJean on the field, and the way we can do that is moving to safety. So it's an experiment. We'll see how it go. Hopefully it work out. I know people was blowing this up, but we really don't go into base like that. So maybe a couple times you'll see Cooper DeJean at safety and Nolan Smith, Jalyx Hunt, Morrow Drummo, Jordan Davis. That sound right, especially with Jalen Carter dealing with what he dealing with. So I'm assuming it'd be Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis, and then Nolan Smith and Jalyx Hunt. Those will be your guys. But speaking of Jalyx Hunt, you know, he was giving, you know, Jordan Mailata some work. And even Jordan Mailata came out and said, like, yo, he kind of remind me of Parsons. This dude's going to be a star in the league. But let me play this clip.
Jalyx this year versus
Jalyx?
Yeah.
Oh, man, he's going to be special. He's going to be special, man. Just his burst, he has tendencies like Micah, just to be able to cut on a dime like that. Man, I'm so proud of that guy, the way he works. How do I go from Josh Sweat to Jalyx, man? It's crazy. I was just like, man, Howie, give me a break for 1 year. Jesus. Jalyx is going to be a star, man. And I'm glad that I get to go up against him because I know that if he's giving me hell, he's going to give everyone else hell. So
Pretty dope, man. That's dope that he's saying that about his teammate, Jalyx Hunt. So Jalyx Hunt is on watch. Like, is he going to be that guy? It's a lot of pressure on Jalyx Hunt, but I look at it as year 2. I usually give rookies 3 years before I make a full judgment. But if he continue on this track, yeah, he can definitely be a star. But you know who else got the possibility he'll be in the star? Is Jihaad Campbell. I'm not sure if it's because we didn't see him in OTAs, but the reporters kept bringing him up. You know, like the speed, him coming off the edge. He even got a sack on Jalen Hurts. They're like, yo, he looked phenomenal out there. But I got to give credit to Trotter Jr. because Trotter Jr. is no longer the rookie, and he was drafted in the 5th round. Trotter Jr., same thing as his rookie year. He just knew everything that was going to happen. Like, he was all over the field. So the battle for that spot, it's not going to be as easy as people think. people think like, yeah, once Jihaad Campbell's like fully healthy, he's just going to take Trotter Jr.'s spot. I don't know about that one. Trotter Jr. is balling out too. He's just not getting the big coverage like Jihaad Campbell because Jihaad Campbell's the rookie, first round pick. But Trotter Jr. looked really good out there too. So that battle is going to be interesting. I think that battle is going to heat up more than what we expected. So we're going to be watching those two guys. So haven't heard much about Andrew Makuba. Again, it was really like a Jihaad Campbell type thing. But a rookie I heard that's getting more reps is Drew Kendall. Remember the guy drafted 5th round center? So they moved him from the 3rd team to the 2nd team center. They moved Brett Toth as the 2nd team right guard, if I'm not mistaken. So Drew Kendall, that's good for him moving up, getting more playing time. So that battle right there for just the 2nd string center is going to be an interesting battle because that determines if you make the team or not. So Drew Kendall, he's a dog for sure. I think if he wasn't a center and he played any other like guard or something like that, could have been like a 3rd round pick. He was a steal. I would say that for sure. Drew Kendall was definitely a steal. But we got to talk about the big news is Kelee Ringo. I've been seeing that blow up everywhere. Kelee Ringo did get beat by AJ Brown. It's no embarrassment in that. It's AJ Brown. But a lot of people hanging on that, how you get beat by Terrence Marshall Jr., 20-plus yarder, touchdown, Tanner McKee through. I mean, it's day one. That's what I have to say about it. I'm not going to harp on him. I'm not going to go hard at him. It's day one. You gave up 2 big plays. Day 2, we could be talking about something totally different. It happens. But Kelee Ringo, man, Adoree Jackson, Eli Ricks want that spot. They want that spot, man. So he got to stay on his P's and Q's, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because it's day 1. Now, we going into day 5, day 6, and this is constantly happening, like him getting picked on, him getting beat like that. And we're going to have some serious conversations because even Howard Roseman said, like, we got a lot of picks, whereas though we can make moves now and in the future. And I'll be looking like, man, we might got to use some of them picks to make a move now. So, but we got to get Kelee Ringo a shot. Just give him a shot. Something interesting I didn't see, like, blow up or anything is Ben Van Sumeren. We know he's a fullback now, but he was actually getting, like, 3rd string reps at running back. Now, to me, that's interesting because that means he just completely changed his position and him being a running back. Like, okay, what about A.J. Dillon and Will Shipley? I guess it's probably some things they're trying to mix up here and there, but Ben Van Sumeren at running back is very interesting. Very, very interesting. Jalen Hurts, him, had a great day, like 14 to 15, no touchdowns, no picks. His biggest throw of the day, talked about it to A.J. Brown. Jalen Hurts continued to have a phenomenal training camp or training camps per se. Elliott Shore Parks constantly bring it up like, he just looked clean, looked good. He getting the ball out in time. And we know this is a good defense. So if Jalen Hurts doing these things against this defense, imagine what he could do to the opponent's defense. So Jalen Hurts just got to keep up the good work. A.J. Brown and Quinyon Mitchell, they battled it out. Quinyon Mitchell had a PBU against A.J. Brown, and A.J. Brown tried to snag it in with one hand. That battle was always good. Everybody knows that. You got your best wide receiver versus your best cornerback, and Quinyon Mitchell holding his own. Year 2, I didn't hear any smack talk. Year 1, he kept saying routes was trash, this, that, and the third. I'm not sure if he's popping that junk now. Maybe he is, but so Quinyon continued to do Quinyon things. What's going on with Avery Williams? I know a lot of you guys been bringing him up. He's supposed to be this special teams guy, punt returner, kick returner. And I haven't heard much about him. I know he's been hurt, but this is what I heard about him. It ain't good. It's actually good for Sidney Brown. So he had like a catch and like Sidney Brown lit him up. Mind you, no pads, None of that. Sidney Brown lit his ass up. I'm like, dang, that's crazy, because he just came off an injury. Sidney Brown got to chill. They don't got on, they don't got on the pads. You can't be lighting people up, bro. Like he lit him up, and it was like one of those snap type hits. Mind you, in shorts and shirts. So Sidney Brown hit him and made a statement. Like, yeah, don't do that again. Because I think when other players see that, they're like, you know what? Maybe I want to test Sidney Brown. I know even Slay put out, like in the past, like, yo, when you next to Sidney Brown, you got to be careful, because he will light the opponent up and he'll light the teammate up. So you got to be careful. Sidney Brown, we got to chill. We don't want nobody getting hurt without the pads. Like, you can't be hitting like that, man. Lewis Cine made some plays. He made a play. He could have had a pick six, but he dropped the pick. That's not good. DTR threw it right to him, but it just fell out of his hands. That's not good for DTR, but that's not good for Lewis Cine either, because you don't have picks come that way like that. And that was a statement you could have made, like, yo, pick six, confidence up, but you dropped the pick six. So Lewis Cine, you gotta get better, man. You gotta catch those, man. You definitely gotta catch those. And pretty much that's all the notes I have. Cal McCord was QB3. Then they had them subbing at him and DTR, but Cal McCord was getting more reps. So right now it's looking like Jalen Hurts, Tanner McKee, and Cal McCord. If we keep a fourth quarterback, might be a practice squad thing. We will see. But yeah, that's all the notes for this day one. Not too much. It was a 75-minute practice, or like an hour and some change. Again, the player spoke. Yeah, I see my reaction what AJ Brown said, claiming to be the best. Trotter Jr. had a great day. Jihaad Campbell had a great day. Lewis Cine could have had a great day, but you can't be dropping picks. Sidney Brown putting fear in the opponents. Avery Williams, Jalyx Hunt. I mean, it was a typical day one of training camp. Again, the guy to watch is Kelee Ringo. Does he continue to struggle? But it's day one. It's day one, man. I believe in Kelee Ringo. But again, that's all the notes I have. Let me know in the comments if I forgot anything, or y'all want to update on somebody. Maybe I'll make a separate video about that person. But it wasn't really much day one. A lot of rust, especially on the defensive side. So we just got to keep watching. Got to watch and see. But this is Eagle Owl, man. I'm out.